Hi, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's really nice to have you guys here. So in today's video, we want to explore all the components of our Arduino kit, and we want to also understand how this component work and what are the project ideas that we can use them for, and what are the real life projects that people have been using them for. So before we go, so the first component that I really want you guys to look at is this Arduino board, right? So this is the most important part of our component, because this is actually the brain of the of our system, or you can call it, like the computer, right? Because this is the one that does all the processing, right? So please take care of this. So like this is called the Arduino board. So the Arduino board is the most important part of our kit, so take care of it. So I'll probably just put it back in here so that it will be safe. So the next thing that I want us to look at are the LEDs. All right, so you can find the LEDs in here. So these are the LED that we can use for lighting. So you can see from the slide here, so the LEDs are called the light emitting diodes. They emit light when you apply current. So meaning when current flows through them, or we can say when electrons flow through them, they give light. So example of project that we can use them for is the blinking LEDs. We can develop like a traffic light system or RGB color mixer turning signal, and real life projects. So like this kind of component is actually used in the car headlight, and LED display. So you can see we have different colors in here. So you can see this one that we have red, we have green, right there, and we have blue. So and the blue is right in here. So then one thing I want you guys to know is that they have like a short leg and long leg. So the long leg are the positive, right, and the short leg are the negative. So when we start programming and all of that, so you guys, you have to know that. Then we actually have one. It's actually like white, and it has 4 legs. I don't know if you guys can see that. So 4 legs. So this one is the RGB leg. So that means this can actually give us red, green, and blue together. So when we start programming, we'll have fun with this. We can use program to change its color and all of that. So that's for the LEDs. So the next one is actually the resistors. Okay, so what are resistors? So resistors are used to limit current in a circuit, right? So I told you guys that when you have electron move, then current will move, right? And if like you supply too much current to a device, like it will blow up or it will get damaged, right? So if the current is too much, we can use resistors to limit the current that is flowing in our circuit. So you can see from the diagram in here. So the positive is like the power that the battery gives us to move the electron, because these are the batteries, right? This one and this one are the batteries. Okay, so as this is going out, let me see if I can get my pen. Oh no, let me get laser pointer. Okay, so as this is going out, it meets a resistance, then the power drops a little bit, then resistance, then the power drops, right? So resistors, sorry, are used to limit the flow of current. So when we want to connect our LEDs, right, we'll probably use some resistors so that our board does not blow up this. So, and the resistors are actually let me show you guys the resistors. So these are the resistors. So we have different kind of resistors, right? Like the values, like some are 22 ohms, some are 5,000 ohms. But when we start working on them, I will show you guys how to connect them to your circuit. So this is so these are the resistors. Okay, so let's continue. So capacitors. So we also have capacitors. Capacitors are used for storing electrical charge. So like these are some of the capacitors that we have in our project actually. So you can see from here, so the circuit is connected, right? And then the circuit is disconnected, but there's still enough power, right? So like the capacitor can charge and also discharge, right? So for example of thing that we can use it for, power smoothing in circuit and bouncing our circuit for buttons. Again, when we start programming, I will show you guys. But in real life application, it is used in power supply, and it's also used in all audio system like your mics, and everything, So like the idea is just that it stores charges, right? And if the power source is disconnected, it can give you charge like for some time. It's more like a battery, but like a small battery, right? So the next thing that we have, is our diodes. So diodes allow current to flow in one direction. Example of what we can use them for in our project: reverse polarity and protection rectifier circuit. In real-time application, real life application, it is used to convert AC to DC, right? So because the power that you get from the government or from the power line is actually AC, is alternating current, right? Alternating current. And but most of the devices that we use require DC, like our phone charger, right? So if you have a broken phone charger and you open it up, you see your capacitor, then the diode is right there. So the diode is the one that will convert your AC to DC. And I think we have diode in here, yeah, right there. Let me show you guys. So there is diode in here, right here. See this example of the diode that we're talking about. Okay, so that's for that one. Then the next one is the tilt switch. So this one, it detects change in orientation using a small metal ball, right? So what we can use it for: tilt sensitive alarm. So if you tilt something, then the alarm will come on, right? In real life application, it is used in motion sensing toys, right? And it's also used in security alarms, right? I actually have a security system in my house, so the tilt switch is used in my garage, right? So if my garage door opens, then the tilt sensor will send notification to my phone. So but these are examples of what we can use the tilt sensor for. So like imagine that you have a pet and you are pouring like food into it, and you want to know when it's almost full. You can pull the tilt sensor in here, and when it's almost full, the tilt sensor will move up, right? And it will, maybe you can turn on the bulb or something like that. So let's see the tilt sensor in our kit. Let me show you guys. This is the tilt sensor. It took me some time to get it, but you can see it's one that has two legs, right? And it has this round edge. So when we want to design our application, so I will show you guys how to use that. So this is the tilt sensor that we can use to know if something is tilting or not. Just think of anything that you can actually use that to do. So tilt sensor for you. So then the next thing that we want to look at, the next sensor, is actually our display component. So we have three display components that we can use, right? You can see we have the 7-digit 7-segment display. I will show you guys very soon. So it can display numerical values using illuminated segment. That one is used in calculators that you have. Then we have the LCD 1602 module. So this is like the big one here. It uses a character-based liquid crystal display. It's called LCD, right? It can show information text just like this. We can use this to actually design a temperature sensor and humidity sensor in our house. Then we have the cool one, the Mark 7219 model, which can be used for cool display like this. Okay, so let me show you guys all these displays. So these are all the three displays, and please, as you are removing your component from the box, make sure that you are putting all of them back. All right, so this is the one that can we can use to display digital stuff, right? So this is what is used in your calculators, right? So we can use it to design like a timer or like a alarm system, you know, and something like that. So this is for this one, and this one is the LCD display that we can use to display any information. We can actually use this to actually create like a very mini game, you know, that you have your snake is moving around, then you can use your joystick to move around. So this is the one that we can use for that. And then we have the last one, which is the cool one, you know, like this is the one that they use like in billboards, you know, like when you go to a gas station and something is moving, this is actually some of the things that they use for that, right? So that is for this display, and we can use it for anything, you know, in our application. So please watch out for that. So these are all the displays that we have. So let's move to the next one. So then the next one are the sensors, right? Because everything that I just mentioned right now, they are used, you know, to display stuff. I mean, like the teach sensor is sensors too, right? But like the LEDs and all of those things, they are used to display things out, right? But now we want to look at something that we can use to sense our environment, like the temperature sensor and all of that. So the first thing that we want to look at is the photoresistor. So this, how it works, it changes resistance based on light intensity. So for example, we can use it to automatic street light, you know, light following robots, and in real life application it is used in automatic brightness adjustment in smartphone, also using automatic street light. So when you have your street light and it turns on during the night and turns off during the day, so this is the sensor that they use to do that. So let me show you guys from your kit what that sensor looks like. Alright guys, so the photo sensor is actually in this box. So the photoresistors, I think they are these. Look at them, right? So this can detect the brightness of the environment, you know, and based on that, you know, you can detect, you know, like if it is bright or dark, and you can use the information to do anything in your project. So these are the photoresistors. All right, so let's go to the next thing that we have on our list. So this one is a thermistor. So how it works, it also uses a resistor that changes resistance with temperature variation. So you can see this is used for measuring temperature, right? So example of project that we can use it for digital thermometer. So you can create something like this, and you can connect your fan, and when the temperature is maybe very high, then you can tell your fan to work, right? We are going to definitely do something like this, you know. Then in real life application, like your HVAC system, that is your cooling your AC in your house, you know, you see that it turns on by itself, right? Because there is something like a thermistor in the system that measure the temperature in your house and turn on or turns off the AC and the heat. Okay, so let me show you what the thermistor looks like. So the thermistor is actually also in this box. So it's a very small one. You see, hope you guys can see it. It's a very tiny one like this, and it has two legs in here. So this is the thermistor that can measure the temperature of our environment. Please, you only have one, right? So please just place it back to where you take it from. So that is the thermistor. So the next thing is actually the sound sensor. So we are getting to the cool part of the project. So how it works, it can detect sounds and convert it to electrical signal, right? So as we speak, like you speak to the sensor can detect what you are saying and change your voice to number. As you can see in here, change the voice to number. Example of project, we can do clap control light. So we say when you clap, then your light will come on, right? Or we can do sound activated alarm. So we can design a project and put it in your room. When anybody walks in your room or make any sound, then the alarm will come on, right? So some cool project. Then real life projects, it's actually this type of sensor is used in voice control home system like Google Voice and Alexa, right? Because you guys remember that computers can only process numbers, right? So when you speak, what you speak is an analog signal, right? Then the speakers, like the smart speakers, we have like a sound sensor to convert your voice to numbers, right? And that is how this works. Okay, so that's the sound sensor. So let me show you guys in your kit the sound sensor. So the sound sensor is actually easy to find. It is. So you can see that there is a kind of speaker in here that you can speak to, and when you speak to it, then the result will come from these legs and we can connect it to our Arduino project, right? So yeah, this is how this works. So please put it back to where you take it from. Okay, now just for me to understand. Okay, so I'll take it from there. All right, so that's for that. Then the next one is the DT11 temperature and humidity module. So before we talk about a sensor that can measure only temperature, this one can measure temperature and humidity, right? So for example, we can use it for weather station or greenhouse monitoring system. So you can put this in your house to measure the temperature, you know, and the humidity in your house, right? In real life projects, it's used in meteorological stations and it is used in the air conditioning system. So let me show you guys the humidity sensor in our kit. So it's this little guy with this blue stuff in here. So this is the humidity sensor. All right, so put it back from where you take it from, but because I want to explain everything, I'll just put it here for now. All right, so that's for that one. Then we have the ultrasonic sensor. This is used for measuring distance, right? So it is actually used in cars. So you can see this is the sensor. Like if you have a car, you can go and look at the front or the rear. You will see something like a circle in here. You know, it's actually the sonar, the ultrasonic sensor, rather. They call it sonar sensor too, you know. So in real life application, it is used for parking assistance. So example of this picture is from a Mercedes-Benz, but most advanced cars have it. So what can we use it for? We can use it for obstacle avoidance robot or parking sensor. So just imagine that we have like a car robot, right? Yeah, toy robot, right? And it's moving around. How do we know when the car is almost hitting the wall? Then we use the ultrasonic sensor to detect that. So let me show you guys the ultrasonic sensor that we have in our kit. Hopefully it's not that far away, so I can easily pick it up. Yes. So it's this little guy. So this is the ultrasonic sensor. So how this works is this will send a signal out, and then the signal will hit the wall and it will come back to this. So then this will now calculate the time that the signal goes out and come back, and it will use it to figure out the distance to any obstacle. Okay, so this is the ultrasonic sensor, right? So we use it for our electronic car, or robot car rather. All right, so the next thing is the water level sensor. So we have a sensor that can detect water level, right? It is used in water tanks for automated filling, and it is used in washing machines. So if you have washing machine and the water is pouring inside the washing machine, how does the washing machine knows when to stop pouring water? Or your dishwasher, how does it know, right? So there is a sensor in there that senses what is the water level. So we can actually use it for automatic water level monitoring system. Just think of anything, like just look at this project now. You have water and you put the sensor in there, and it detects the level of the water. So let me show you guys the water level sensor. So this is the guy. So you can see when you dip this into water, right, then the sensor will sense the water level in here. Then we can now connect it to our Arduino to get the result in here. So that's for the water level sensor. So now, we are done with the sensor. So we are not going to go into motors and drivers. All right. So we have the servo motor that we can use for robotic arm or automatic door opener. It is used in robotic system. How it works, it rotates to a specific angle based on input signal. So let me see if I can get the servos. Yeah, all right guys, so this is the servo motor. I mean, it's even written on it, so we can see it has some blades. So when we put the blades on here, then we can use it to move the servo motor right or left. You can use it for anything. Like they actually use it for robotic arm, right? If you see any robot that can move hand or move neck, they actually use servo motor for that. So yeah, so this is servo motor for you. So then the next thing is the stepper motor. So like this one, it's also like a motor, right? But it's a different motor. So let me see. Yeah, so this is it. So this like a stepper motor. So it is used in robotic vehicle. It is used in 3D printer. So we're gonna use this for something cool. So that's for that one. Then yeah, I think that's all that I have, right, from my slide. But there are still some other component that I would like to explain. So this one, it is called the breadboard, right? So this is where we're going to be building our design and everything, like put wires in there and all of that, right? So but when we start, I'll show you guys how it works. So this for that. And I think, yeah, this one is like a motion sensor, right? So this one can sense motion. This module, you can see right here. So we can use this to design an application. Again, you can put it in your room, and when anybody comes into your room or come into your house, this can tell your system to sound an alarm. All right. Then of course we have the charger in here. This one is the RTC module. I think this one is also used to detect angles, right? The RTC module is to detect angles. Yeah, but when we want to use it, we will get more information about it. And what other thing can I show you guys? So like this one, you can use it to like design an application that, like when you go to an office and you have to use key to like to enter, cards, to scan and to enter. So we can use something like this for examples of applications like that. So this one is called the Potentiometer, right? We can roll this around, to give us different kind of values. So for example, if we connect like a LED like light to this, and we want to change the brightness, we can just use this to control the brightness of the LED. So that is for this one. Then we have joystick, right? Joystick. So this is supposed to be the head of the joystick. Then we can use this to design a game actually. And so let's say maybe snake game, and we can connect it to this LED, that's this cool LED, screen. Then we can move our snake all around the screen and use this to control that. I think that should be cool. And of course we have some bunch, like this is what you will use to connect your Arduino board, which is this guy. Remember the Arduino board. Then this one will go to your PC, your computer, to program this. Okay. Then we have a bunch of wires that we'll use to connect our sensors and everything to our breadboard, then to our Arduino. Then I think we also have this one, so we can use this remote to control. Let's say that we have a robot car. We can use this remote to actually control the robots to go forward, backward, right or left, and all of that. And we have a charger. If you are done with programming your robot and you just want to plug it to, let's say you have motion sensor application in your house, so you plug this to the wall, so you don't have to plug it to the computer all the time. So you plug this to the wall. And also, if you don't want to plug it to the wall, you can actually use this. So like this will connect to the battery that you have. I think there should be a battery somewhere. Yes, good. So you can connect this to the battery and connect this to your Arduino, right? So when you are done designing everything and you want to deploy it, like say you have a robot car and you want to power the robot car, you won't connect it to your laptop, right? So you have to connect it to a battery for it to move. So this is what you use for that. And I think that is all, right? Then please put all your components back together. Please find a way, and I know that you've been taking everything out, but please find a way to package everything together, especially the ones that you have in here. Please don't let anything get lost, because in the next class we'll probably start programming the LEDs, right? Turning something on and off, right? And then in the next class too, we'll also install our Arduino application and all of that. So thank you guys for watching the video. Please, if you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. In the next class, like I said, we will start programming, and I think you guys will have fun. Thank you. Bye.